Hello and welcome to a new video. My name is Brianna and today I'm going to be working a little bit in my gouache sketchbook. Mochi has decided to join us for this video. She wanted attention so badly the entire time I was trying to film, so here's me trying to get her to leave for a little bit. She literally just wanted to drink my paint water, which she just does this all the time, and so you can just watch me try to coax her into drinking her own water, and she just wants to be a brat the entire time. You can see that Mochi gets a people glass for her water instead of a pet bowl. Ever since we got her, she just wants to drink out of the glasses that I drink my water out of, and so this is just what I have to deal with. A part of this is that she will also usually only drink the water if it's on a coaster. I don't know what's wrong with this cat. And she doesn't even drink the water. So there you go. This is just my normal life. This is what I have to deal with every time I try to record something or do anything for myself. I had forgotten to swatch some of the colors I used on the previous page, and so this is just a little example of how I do it and what the painting looked like. And with that out of the way, today I'm going to be doing a painting based on some of the stuff I saw when I was in Chiba last year. Chiba is a prefecture in Japan, and we went to a bunch of different sites, but what I'm going to be painting is a storefront I saw and also a little painting of the penguins I saw at the aquarium there. I didn't really have a color palette in mind when I first sketched this page out, and so I'm just looking at my swatches that I have in the back of my sketchbook, and I'm just trying to pick what colors I think would look interesting together. This is basically how I do it every single time. I just usually pick 4 to 5 colors that I think might look good and just roll with it. Sometimes it doesn't work, sometimes it does. And the colors I'm using for this painting are blue compose, night blue, olive green, wan brilliant, and opera red. I really enjoy painting old buildings and things that have interesting architecture. It's one of my favorite things to paint in gouache. I tried doing it a little bit in oil, but it can get a bit hard for me for some reason. I don't know why. Gouache just seems a lot easier for me to do this type of subject matter in. Painting the power lines is probably one of my favorite things to do, but it's also the most stressful just because I feel like it has to get done in just one swift brush stroke. Can't really go back over it or else it's just gonna look weird. I have never drawn or painted penguins before, so please excuse how objectively horrifying they look. I I think I did a okay job on them. I like the colors I picked out for their uh, black feathers parts. I don't really use blacks in my art, and so I usually use like a dark blue for that. But I like how that turned out, and with the little mixture of green in it, I think it worked out pretty well. The penguins also had these weird bands around their flippers. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's some sort of identification system they use to determine like which penguin is which. But yeah, I really don't know what that is. If I'm really focused on something or if I've been painting for too long and I'm hunched over, Mochi will usually just stand on top of me like this, and she tends to try and bat the paintbrushes out of my hands. And so this is just like another challenge I have when it comes to trying to paint for myself. I remember it being absolutely freezing the day we went to Chiba, and we didn't get to spend a lot of time by the penguin enclosure just because of how cold it was, and it didn't help that we were right next to the ocean, and it was just so cold. It wasn't that cold throughout the entire time we were in Japan, but that day was just, I think, the coldest that we had to deal with. And now that I'm thinking about it, I remember it was very cloudy that day and it just started to pour on us right after we got out of the aquarium. And so we were just like running and trying to find a place to hide, and it was just a freezing cold day. But I mean, it was a nice day to go to an aquarium and stay inside for most of the time. And this is what the spread looks like in the end. It ended up being very pastel looking. I wasn't actually expecting that, but I guess based on the opera red and the blue compost mixing together, it made that really nice purple. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.